call the Friday, April 27th, 2018 meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Guzak.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Lehman, this board has not had a supervisor absent, so would you inform them of the procedure since I did my first duty?
After the clerk opens a meeting in the absence of the supervisor, the board members who are here will have to choose someone to be the chairman of the board for this meeting through a motion and affirmative vote.
Mr. Chairman, or no, I can make a motion. I would appoint Mr. Guzak to be our chairman for this meeting.
I move and appoint Trustee Ken Thomas.
Okay, I'll second that, I guess.
All right.
Which one?
Which one? You can support yourself, too.
Madam Clerk, do you want to withdraw your motion and allow Mr. Massey's to proceed, or do you want to keep it on the table? No, Madam Chair.
Yeah, I'll go with Mr.
Madam Clerk. Kathy, you made the motion.
All right,
Do you want to withdraw
I'll
yours?
withdraw it.
Okay. So now I have,
Yeah, I said that they were.
You can't, you.
I
Mr.
seconded, yeah, I
right.
seconded Ken's,
Okay.
I think.
All right.
so can we vote?
All in favor?
Aye. Told you Scott had it all set up.
I didn't, he didn't tell me anything. I thought he was gonna be here.
Well, now that I'm in charge, let's have some conversation. Mr. Sears, I got this pothole issue. Approval of the consent agenda.
So move.
Support?
I'll support it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion?
No.
Citizens comment, the left hand of the room. Hearing no citizen comment, we'll move. Future positioning, we have none. Operational issues.
We did, Mr. Chairman, we did, I think you did the consent agenda. Can we have a motion for the regular
Oh,
agenda?
I'm sorry. Could I have a motion to pass the consent agenda?
I so move.
The regular agenda.
It's the regular
Regular agenda.
Correct.
support.
It says consent and agenda.
Right.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Do I need one for the consent agenda?
You did that already.
You did that first.
Okay, do I need a motion for the current agenda?
Nope.
We
You
just did
just
that.
did that.
Okay. Future positioning, there is none. Operational issue, the board will consider a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Michael Hertzberg to fill vacant position for full-time firefighter. This is a budgeted position item previously approved by the board and in the 2018 fire department budget.
Mr. Chair, just for the board's purposes, these positions were posted through the fire department, and testing was done by a national testing firm. Those who achieved a passing grade of that test were then moved on through the interview process. The first interviews were done by a panel of 3 fire chiefs. They were then moved from there to a panel that included the treasurer of the fire commission, the fire chief, our human resource generalist, and myself. It was the unanimous recommendation of the panel to select Mr. Hertzberg for the position of full-time firefighter, and he is in the audience today. If anybody had any questions for him, or for Chief Burdett, who is also here.
I have, Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I have a question for Mr. Hertzberg. How do you feel about the new position?
I'm very excited. Honored to serve community at all.
I'll make the motion.
There's a motion on the floor. Can I get support?
Support.
All in favor of hiring or giving the authorization for Superintendent Limited to hire Michael Hertzberger to fill this would be our 4th vacant position, correct?
This is
filling the one vacant position we have, bringing us to 4 full-time firefighters.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Well, welcome. Want to come on up? Welcome to the board.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Chief, you want to come up and introduce our first firefighter of the season?
First firefighter of the season, that's good. So you might as well stand right here, Michael. Thank you. Well, as Mr. Lima has said, this was a long process that we went through. The individuals not only met the requirements through their resumes and their training, but also went through a national testing process, and then went on to 2 separate oral interviews with fire chiefs and our local administration here. Michael was the unanimous choice of all of us, he far outscoring the other individuals. And so it was a pleasure of mine to bring this to your attention and ask for your approval to fill the vacant position. So thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
You're very welcome.
Is this your spouse?
My spouse, yes. Not his.
Just for the board knows that Michael is not a newcomer to Grand Blanc Fire. Michael has been serving how many years now?
Just over 6.
Just over 6 years as a part-time paid-on-call firefighter.
Again, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, this will leave us, superintendent, one more budgeted vacancy to be filled later in the millage.
No, this is the full contingent of for the fire department.
And what are we hearing from the community board?
The only thing I want to bring up is, of course, they've got the Hill and Belsey Road roundabout that they've started. They are working on it, and you can see tiles out there and everything. I thought it'd be closed down by now, but they are working on it. I've seen Vector trucks out there pulling water out of the ditches. I've seen electrical poles being transferred, and there is a ton of tiles out there on both sides. So I'm sure once they get all the electrical in place and the poles repositioned, then you'll start to see it that it'll actually be shut down. There are signs that are posting that it will shut down, but it's close, but I'm not sure how much farther it'll be, but it's still coming, and they are working on it, even though it doesn't look like it. They have, I go by there every day, so I can see the activity, so it'll be a good addition to the township, so.
And we have also Fenton Road closed for repairs from Grand Blanc Road to Cook Road.
Glad you brought that up. I don't go that way that often, so.
Okay. And just a reminder that April 30th will be the deadline for the resumes coming in to fill the vacant trustee spot. And can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So move.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to bring up. Mr. Laddie.
I thought we adjourned.
We did, that's what I was gonna.
Good.
You told me I had to find something to bring up today.
Yeah, well, Mr. Thomas let me know that he was going to come up with some obscure legal question for me to put me on the spot, but he took mercy on me and didn't do it.
We are adjourned, folks.
So thank you for doing it. Not
I couldn't think of anything clever. I was at a loss.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff, can you not disappear? I'm trying to get